Bitcoin is hovering around $66,000. So where's this rally? Why is Bitcoin going down further? Why are we not rallying up to a new high and to six figures? Well, just to remind you guys, we are still in July, okay, and there's still many, many months left of this year. Okay. And of course, we always have FUD and we always have volatility. That's how it works. It happens all the time. Even in this cycle, we have seen many, many, many dips. Okay. Many dips in the past. Let's not forget just a week ago, Bitcoin fell to 63,000. And before that, we hit it several times. And let's not forget that, yeah, earlier this month, we hit 53,000, 55,000, 57,000. So even though we're not at 73,000, let's not forget that this month we had many, 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 many FUD stories, okay? And we're still trying to get through it, even though there are many bullish things happening in the space right now, right? So I just want to start off with that for those of you guys that are wondering why a rally isn't here, why another high isn't here yet. It's just a matter of time. And I've said this many, many times. We are following in the same footsteps of all previous patterns. We just have to have more patience, right? That's simply it. Now, we do have a little more FUD, okay, out of nowhere. The U.S. or Department of Justice all of a sudden moved $2 billion out of their $12 billion reserve, I guess, that it confiscated from Silk Road. Now, the weird thing is the timing of this is just so weird because we just had Trump who said that he wants to move that into the Treasury Department and also accumulate up to 5% of the entire supply. We had RFK say the same thing and say that he wants to buy up to 20% of supply, right? So what's the deal here? Why is the Department of Justice doing this right now? Why are they sending $2 billion away? Why are they possibly getting ready to sell? It makes no sense, right? It makes no sense. That's why a lot of people are calling it out. Mike Novogratz just called this out, right? And even U.S. Marshal Services, they recently said that they're going to be using Coinbase to safeguard all these, confiscated crypto. So it's kind of weird, and they made a partnership with Coinbase. So it's kind of weird again that this is happening right now. But like I've said, if I can speak, um, this happens all the time. We get random FUD out of nowhere. Just like when Germany was selling, right? The market, the people, the whales. We did not like hearing about that $3 billion being sold from Germany, but guess what? We ate it all up and we moved forward. Bitcoin did, that is. And it's going to be the same thing. Right now, we're going through a little FUD, right? But like I said earlier this month, we were in the low 50s. So we're doing quite okay. But yeah, another FUD out of nowhere. And also Grayscale too. I've called out Grayscale many, many times in the past. Not sure what exactly is going on because Grayscale seems to be the one entity that's dumping the most. I know that, Bitcoin ETF, Ether ETF, supposedly it's out of their control, right? If people want to sell, then they're going to sell. And that forces Grayscale to sell. But why so much more from Grayscale versus everyone else? There's something that people can't put their finger on. I certainly can't because they continue to dump and dump and dump some more. Okay, and they're the only ones really. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, in terms of all the FUD that's coming out, what may be the ultimate driving force, the down pressure on the market right now could just be from Grayscale. That's the thing. If you look at Ethereum spot ETFs since last week, Grayscale dumped $1.7 billion of it, even though the entire market, tried to soak up as much as they dumped. It just no, it's not enough. It's still negative 440 million, even though all the other funds, they took in about 1.3 billion because there's still a lot of interest, and you can see BlackRock and Fidelity and everyone else. BlackRock added 500 million, Fidelity added 244 million, Bitwise added 276 million. I mean, these are large numbers for a single week. But Grayscale dumped 1.7 billion on the market. Does that have effect on the market, the overall market, even Bitcoin? Yes, I would say so, right? And I said this, I was afraid this may happen because look at the fees. Everyone else has low fees except Grayscale. They kind of knew this was going to happen, right? So it's kind of like a Trojan horse if you think about it. Grayscale getting their trust converted to spot ETFs is not a good thing. It's just a liquidity. It's like exit liquidity event for the previous holders, basically. That's what it seems like. So obviously, I think that has effect on the market. But if you look at the Bitcoin side, same thing. Look at this. Look at all the red, on Bitcoin, right? Yesterday, minus $54 million. Now, yesterday, Fidelity and Bitwise also had large outflows. Not large, but they had outflows. But look at BlackRock. BlackRock had a massive 205 million. So despite the volatility yesterday, despite some of the other funds like Grayscale and Fidelity and ARK selling, BlackRock is like, no, we're going to continue to buy. They bought 205 million. Okay. So I know a lot of people are like, well, again, with funds, George, it's just a matter of people buying and selling. That's why these funds are buying and selling. If you look at this, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Why does Grayscale continue to dump, 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 dump every single day? And why do other funds periodically dump? But why is it that BlackRock is the only one that continues to have massive inflows no matter what? Even on down days, there's massive inflows. On up days, even massive. I know that's not a word, but BlackRock continues to load up. Uh, they're trying to eat up the entire supply. That's what they're trying to do. They are just on an unstoppable rate right now, over 340,000 Bitcoin, way more than MicroStrategy, way more than almost any entity out there. And pretty soon, if this keeps on going, they're going to hold more than the entire supply that's being held by Satoshi's wallet. Think about that. They may become the world's largest Bitcoin holder. So, short term, they are definitely propping up the Bitcoin market. Long term, it's going to be absolutely horrible. We don't want to see BlackRock be the number one Bitcoin holder, right? We got to accumulate as much as we can while we still can, right? And I'm glad to see that there are people that are doing that. This is showing that there are a lot of long-term holders that are still accumulating. In fact, the accumulation is growing, right? Within the last month, we could see that there's a lot of accumulation. Same thing we saw in April to about June. We saw the same thing, but we're starting to kick up again. People are starting to get bullish again and accumulate as much as they can while they can before things get really crazy, right? That's the right way to do it. Here's another one. Someone bought 4,500 Bitcoin, 300 million on Binance. Just out of the blue. Some retail investor? Probably not, but some large whale. A lot of accumulation going on right now. Okay. So, bottom line, guys, don't be afraid. There are a lot of moving parts. There's always FUD everywhere, nonstop. But you guys know the drill. Continue to hodl and DCA and let the gains come to you. Okay? Ignore the FUD. Ignore the FUD. Do what the big boys are doing. Do what BlackRock is doing. Just accumulate as much as you can. All right, that's it for this video, guys. Nice and short. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
If you want to comment on anything I've said in this video, make sure you head over to the Roundtable. The Roundtable is a new social media platform created for conversations. And best of all, it's spam-free, bot-free, unlike here on YouTube. And you could have conversations with me and others like Altcoin Daily, Scott Melker, Mauro Nafal, and many others are joining daily. And you also get rewarded in tokens for doing so. So check out the new Roundtable. Click the link in the description below.